was blocked. Another one shanked because of a bad snap. But he's back to his old self. 2 for 2.
All right, this is BustnHeadsBoxing, and we're talking about Mosley against Berto. We got 2 belts on the line, and for these 2 champions of the welterweight division. We have a older fighter. How old is Mosley? What, 30? He's 38, right?
He's 38.
He's 38, right?
38.
Right, and Berto is...
Berto's about 24, 25.
Right. So we got 2 extremes here. And we got a fighter on his way out, and we got an up-and-coming new champion who's trying to make a statement against a Hall of Famer, really. A Hall of Famer fighter. And one of the generation's greatest fighters. And Will has opinions on who he thinks is going to win this fight. And so I'm going to go with Will. Who you think going to win this fight and why?
All right. To me, this is an easy pick. And I really, really hope that I'm wrong about this pick. But I'm going to pick Shane Mosley early knockout. I mean, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round KO. Shane Mosley. Reason being, just like I said when the Pacquiao and Hatton fight was made, how Hatton's style was tailor-made to get KO'd by Pacquiao.
Right.
Same thing here. Berto's not a hard guy to hit. Yes, offensively he's outstanding. Fast hands, decent power.
Right.
I get that. Watching him fight Collazo and get stunned by a guy who was rather light-handed, I think this spells his doom. And then after the Collazo fight, he fights Juan Urango, who's a 140-pound champion. He didn't even step in there with another welterweight.
Right.
To me, that means his camp has a little bit of doubt over his ability to beat one of the stronger upper-tier welterweights. And I'm kind of surprised that he would take a fight against Mosley after fighting Juan Urango. You know, I think Mosley's right hand will be like a Scud missile on Berto's head. Early KO. I don't see. I mean, offensively, like I said, Berto's great. He's an outstanding offensive fighter. But defensively, I'm positive that Mosley can take his punches. I have an extreme amount of doubt that Berto can take Mosley's punches, and he's going to get hit. And he's going to get hit hard some point early on in the fight. And I don't think he's going to hold up well. Again, I hope that I'm wrong because I'm ready to see the change of the guard in the welterweight division. And Berto's he's an exciting fighter. You know, he has a lot of offensive skill. But one thing that I've seen over years and years of watching boxing, if a fighter isn't good defensively as an amateur, he's never going to be good defensively as a pro. So chances are, I don't care what type of training Berto's been doing, defensively, he's not going to be good in this fight, which is the reason why I think he's going to lose. And the reason why I think he's going to lose by KO. I don't think his punch output isn't going to be enough to keep Mosley off of him.
Wow.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give you the real truth. What's really going to occur in that ring. Mosley is going to get old quick. Very quick. Mosley.
Time out. I don't want to cut you off, but isn't this the same thing you said when he fought Margarito? After I told you he was going to beat Margarito?
Dude, he's 38.
Styles make fights.
And here's why I'm saying this.
Mosley will beat almost anybody in boxing
saying
who's
this,
going to stand in front of him.
I'm saying this because what I saw a couple weeks ago with Cotto against Pac-Man, right? that lets me know. I'm like, well, maybe he's not as good as he may have
Mosley?
seemed. Right.
Come on, man.
So I think right now
styles make fights.
that he is very vulnerable. I see this fight going the same way that the Mosley and Margarito fight went, except Sugar Shane will be on the losing end.
You think he's gonna get knocked out by Berto?
Of a late round TKO. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, he must be out of his mind, right?
Damn right.
But I'm calling this fight the way it is. I'm looking at a late round stoppage by Berto because I just think right now that Sugar Shane Mosley is definitely underestimating Berto. Berto, and like you said, I know he's not really the greatest, a defensive fighter out there, but at the same time, I think he's gonna be good enough because Sugar Shane, I think he's gonna go in there trying to take this young guy out quick.
I think he's going to.
And
I don't think
it's not going to happen. And I think he's going to underestimate him, and he's going to get hurt early, and then he's going to get old quickly. He's going to get old quickly.
That's Berto's best chance, I think, to win this fight is that Shane gets old and all of a sudden just freezes and can't. His body doesn't respond to what his mind wants to do. I think that's Berto's best chance because if we see the same Shane Mosley in January that we saw earlier this year, January, against Margarito, there's absolutely no way I think Berto can beat him. I don't think Berto.
I'm telling you,
this is a step up in class. Did you see what Shane? Like Shane rather easily beat Collazo.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of close, but then it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the later rounds, it wasn't. Berto had to dig deep to beat Collazo. Like he needed to win those last two rounds to beat Collazo.
But as a young fighter, you have to have those type of fights.
No, you do.
Like to bring the best out. And as a young fighter,
absolutely,
and you either become better or you become worse.
No, you need those types of fights. And with all due respect to Luis Collazo, Berto shouldn't have struggled the way he did with a guy who can't punch.
Right. Because
now he's going to be in there with a guy who can actually punch and is going to punch him harder than he's ever been hit in his career. It's not like he came up through the ranks, fighting up and coming guys who were on his level. He was pretty much catered to in his selection of opponents.
Right.
Up until the Collazo fight. Even the Urango fight, he was fighting somebody at 140. From 140. Berto's fought at 154. So he had a distinct size advantage in that fight. This is going to be the first time he's in there with somebody who probably hits harder than he does. And Mosley will land. If Berto can maybe Berto's chin isn't as suspect as it appeared to be against Collazo, and if that's the case, then I give him much more of a chance to win. But I can't sit here and believe that his chin is good when Collazo almost stopped him. And he's going to be hit hard. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, the fight is going to be determined quite early. But I think he's going to get through like maybe the first 2 rounds, and then he's going to take total control. Once he realizes that he can take everything that Mosley has, I think it's going to be a Jeep against the Humvee. And we all know what happened. We all know what happened to the Jeep, right? They wind up on old war movies playing props. So we got a new Humvee coming in, and that Humvee may be Berto pushing out the old Jeep.
I hope it is.
Mosley by late round stoppage. Boom.
I hope it is.